Welcome to, as requested, a 30-minute warm-up, wake-up, deep, stretchy, twisty kind of flow to get your day started. So we'll go straight in. So find a comfortable seat. I've got a little pillow underneath my hips just to help open them up a little. But come into your seat, find balance, looking for symmetry down both sides of the body. Close down your eyes here and just feel your way into your natural neutral spine. Allow the arms to rest where they feel comfortable. Allow the inner thighs to soften so your knees can drop down towards the earth. Soften into your pelvis to gently elongate through the lumbar, the waist, the rib cage. Sliding the shoulder blades down towards your mid-back and opening the collarbones to allow for a little bit more space across the chest and through the base of your throat. Making your way mindfully through the back of the neck, lengthening, finding balance there, softening through the jaw, and letting the head come to balance, poised in the center. This is your time for yourself, and turning all of your attention inwards. Begin to withdraw your senses from the outside world and turn all of your attention onto your breath, allowing it to rise from within, expanding upwards and outwards as it fills into the belly, the base of the ribs, the tops of the lungs, front and back, lengthening as you sit up tall, take up space. And when the exhale comes, let it come fully and completely, all the way back down to the earth beneath you. These opening breaths of your practice is just to arrive here, to settle in and to begin to become witness to all of the goings on, all of the subtleties within, the sensations of the breath. And any tension you're holding, any micro muscles that are still gripping in the neck, the jaw, the shoulders or the upper arms. Just mindfully enter this sacred space and give yourself permission to really relax and soften, to become more here, more aware and more present. So we'll begin with some mindful neck stretches. We'll allow for this breath to finish completely, emptying fully. And then inviting our next inhale to grip the front of the kneecaps, float the chest forward, open the collarbones a little broader and allow the chin to float up gently towards the sky. As we exhale, we'll wrap through the spine, arching as we wrap inwards, tucking down through the tailbone, broadening through the back of the sacrum, lower back, mid-back as the chin drops down towards the chest. Allow the shoulder blades to come apart a little bit further. Inhale again to sway the ribcage forward, pulling gently through the fronts of the knees to ease the ribs forward, and then lift the chin up as we open through the collarbone. And exhale again to soften and round through the spine, drop back on the tailbone, tuck the tailbone a little, wrap through the pelvis, tuck the navel in, let the head drop down towards the heart. Our next inhale, just to realign one vertebra at a time, coming all the way back up to center, sending those shoulder blades down your back and letting the head come back to center. As we exhale, let it all out. Inhale to reach the arms high, stretch them up tall. Matching our breath to our movement, and then exhale, draw that energy back down to our heart, through the midline, pausing at third eye to honour your inner wisdom, and then back down to the heart centre. Allowing the hands to rest back onto the knees, we'll take an inhale just to sit up a little taller. Drop the shoulders and then exhale, let just the chin fall in towards your chest. Let the chin finish there underneath the throat. And then we'll inhale, roll right ear to right shoulder and tilt the head up and back. So just a halfway head roll to open the front of the throat. And then exhale, smooth and fluid with your breath. Come back down the way you came, ear past shoulder, and chin forward and down beneath the throat. Take your time. Inhale, take it to the other side. Left ear floats over and across to left shoulder, and then we begin to rise up through the chin. Find that space from collarbone to jawline. And again, exhale back down the way you came. Let the head hang heavy this time, chin to throat. Slide both shoulder blades down your back, and then lift both arms, interlace the fingers, rest the weight of the hands there on the back of the head. Let the elbows soften forward, wrapping the elbows around the ears so that the shoulder blades pull apart slightly so we have more space for the back of the spine and the back of the heart. Allow the head to drop a fraction closer in towards your chest as the elbows and upper arms soften. Breathe into that space in the center of your mid-back. And then we'll inhale, roll the head up to neutral. Rebuilding one vertebra at a time, and then splay the elbows wide, press the heart forward and feel that stretch elbow to elbow across the base of the ribs. Exhale to round, tuck the tailbone under, tilt back on the pelvis, suck the navel in, let the elbows wrap around the ears as you broaden through the mid-back, chin to chest. And one more, just like that. Inhale to rise, rebuild by tilting the pelvis, lengthening the waist, lifting the ribs away from the sit bones, and then splaying the elbows wide, squeezing the shoulder blades. Exhale to wrap inward, letting the elbows come down, broadening that mid-back, keep the shoulders away from the ears, neck is long, tuck in and under. Inhale to come back up as we splay wide. And then we'll begin to cactus the elbows. When the exhale comes, lift the fingertips over the elbows, but continue to press the elbows, forearms back, and tilt the fingertips a little behind the elbows so you're getting a little bit more stretch through that front body. Inhale, left hand rises to the sky as the right hand drops to the earth. Send the shoulder blades down your back, keep the shoulders square, and then exhale, dive over and across into that first side stretch down your left side, Keep the neck long. Can you encourage the shoulder blades to slide down a fraction further and press into that left hip bone, so tilting into the left side of your pelvis to really send that hip into the mat and getting a little bit more arch and space underneath the rib cage. You can turn the fingertips down towards the floor. If you want a little bit more, keep reaching to the elbow. Roll that top shoulder back a little. Breathe, enjoy that stretch. And then we're going to rise back up as we inhale, press the floor away with the grounded hand, lift both arms high. Exhale, just simply drop the shoulder blades down your back. Feel that length through the neck. One more inhale to rise, reach up through wrists, through fingers, through elbows, through ribs. And then exhale, cactus the elbows wide. Press the shoulder blades into the back of the heart, tilt the fingers back a little, press the forearms back. Inhale, other side, right hand to the sky, left hand drops to the mat. Square up shoulders, lengthen neck, and then exhale, dive over and across. Find that space down the right side. So bending into that lower elbow, we're looking for length through the neck, a softness to the jaw. And again, tilting into that right hip a little, find a little bit more space down that right side. Again, if you want to, we can drop the elbows, send the fingertips towards the mat overhead, and keep leading with that elbow, making sure that top shoulder doesn't curl inward. We want to keep it splaying wide. Find space down front and back of ribs. Get ready to rise. As we inhale, press the floor away, lift both arms high. Kiss the hands together, and then we'll take our first twist around to the right. So the right fingertips come behind the spine, the left fingertips land on left knee, left thigh, or even left hip. Drop and hug the elbows in a little. Inhale, press into the hands wherever they are, just to give yourself that little bit more length. Imagine space rising from root to crown, and then use your exhale to rotate base of ribs. So use your solar plexus, use your abdominal muscles to compress the outer body inward as we turn to look over that right shoulder. Inhale, sway out halfway. So we'll use the chest, use the shoulders, head comes back towards center. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders, lengthen neck, and then exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale to come out nice and slow. Float the arms overhead as you come back to center, stretch it out. Send the shoulder blades down your back, and then exhale, we'll twist down and around to the left. Let the fingertips land. Drop the shoulder blades down your back, lengthen, and exhale when it comes. Take that twist from the center of your spine. Feel that stretch wrapping around the lower ribs. Take the chin and the gaze with you. Make sure that back shoulder doesn't lift up and hunch up towards your ear. Inhale, take a halfway sway out. Let your body sway back to center. And then exhale when it comes, twisting back into really wring out the center of your core, your abdominals, all of those internal organs, and we're massaging into the spine and the spinal column itself. The inhale to come up and out, so we'll lift the arms, kiss the hands together, lift up tall, and exhale, this time we'll fold forward. Lengthen, fingertips away from the mat or down your mat. Pull back through hip creases, settle into those sit bones, take a little sway, and then let the head gradually begin to separate from the tip of the neck and let it hang heavy down towards the floor. So after those twists and side stretches, we want to now feel equally down both sides of the spine, everything beginning to release. Find a little bit more space. Let the head go. We can invite a little sway. Maybe it's just the head that sways left to right, or maybe we begin to rock into both sets of fingertips and sway all of the body from the lower back and the hips gently left to right. So enjoying that, releasing any tension you might be holding in the mid back or upper back. We'll take our next inhale to press the floor away a little. Just lift the chin and look up over the fingers. Pull the heart down towards the thumbs, and then we'll exhale, bring our weight forward and make your way into a child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes together. Send the hips back and have a little rock into either hip flexor before committing yourself back to center. And again, enjoying that fold down towards the mat. Just enjoying that stretch of the tops of the ankles, down from fingertips to elbows, elbows to shoulder blades to hip bones, and getting a stretch to the knees. Again, let yourself go heavy here. Have a little sway on the third eye if that feels nice. Massage out any tension you might be holding there. Let the feet relax. Breathe. Inhale, lift the chin, look up over the thumbs. And then we'll exhale, tuck the tailbone and begin to rebuild the spine. Let the head and the arms stay heavy until you roll all the way back up to sitting. When you get there, pull the knees in just a fraction and inhale, take the arms up high. Exhale, cactus the elbows wide. And then drop the hands down behind you. Interlace the fingers and begin to pull the knuckles down towards the toes as you squeeze the shoulder blades, open the chest. Letting maybe the head drop down towards the throat, maybe having a little sway here, noticing how that sensation is beginning to radiate outwards from the center of the sternum across those collarbones, either ribs, and all the way into the shoulders and down through the arms, extending through those elbows, pulling down through the fingers. Let the head gently release from the neck. And then we'll inhale as we begin to rise. We're going to sweep the right arm high as we lift the hips. The left hand can come onto the lower back. Open the feet a little wider as we squeeze the glutes and press the hips forward, lift the gaze. Inhale as we lower, we'll sweep the hands from left to right. And again, exhale, use the left hand to pick you up, the right hand onto the lower back, squeeze the glutes as we press the hips forward. Inhale, one more on either side, sweep it around, lower the hips. Exhale to rise, hand can either move down to the back of the thigh or maybe it comes all the way down for a half camel. Inhale to lower, sweep it around. And exhale to rise, squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward, open the chest. Inhale to lower. This time we'll lift the hips over the knees and we'll stretch the fingers all the way forward to find our puppy pose. Release the tops of the feet so they're pressing into the mat. And drop the heart down. Keep reaching through the fingers. Keep the gaze lifted or drop down onto the forehead if it feels too strong. Keep the hips over the knees. And begin to tilt the pelvis up a little. So we want to feel that stretch through the abdominals as we open the front body. If you want a little bit more, you can come onto your chin, look up towards the thumbs, feel that stretch through the throat, through the ribs. Inhale, begin to rise, press the floor away. Bring the hands in a little, tuck the toes, and then we'll stand it up for our first downward facing dog. So lifting those knees up, setting up that down dog however you need. I always think a little bit wider than hip distance and a little bit wider through the shoulders. Give yourself more space to really expand into your breath. Let the head hang and separate from the tip of the neck. And find balance and symmetry and equal power through all four bases of your down dog. So remember, if your legs are feeling a little tight, we don't need to keep the knees straight. We can keep the knees soft, and we still want to send the hips up and back. So you're still getting that nice stretch for the spine. Have a little shake through the head, and then we'll begin to walk it out. So we'll inhale. Right knee has a nice deep bend as the left heel drops to the mat, and we exhale, press the chest and the sternum back towards that right knee. Inhale, switch it out, bend the left knee. Exhale, really press the right heel into the mat, press the sternum to the left thigh. One more of each. Inhale to walk over the toes, bend over the right foot, bend into the right knee, exhale, press. Inhale, switch, bend into the left knee. Exhale, really press the right heel down and away. Inhale, we'll lift both heels high. And then we'll exhale, begin to walk as many steps as you need until the feet come between the hands. And we'll float the hands up the front of the legs so we come to the thighs. Have a press through those thighs, open the collarbones, pull heart and head forward. And then exhale, slide the hands down the back of the legs until you find that hinge over those hips. Drop the forehead down towards the toes. Again, knees can be soft here. Inhale, one more just like that. Let the hands rise up through the front of the legs. Press into the thighs, pull the heart forward, gaze forward, lift the chin. Exhale to melt back in. Keeping the legs extended for a moment, have a halfway rise. Just look up, keep the fingers grounded. And then we want that length through the waist first. We want to think that the hips are pulling back without moving weight into our heels or too far forward into our toes. You want to find balance between the feet. Make sure you fan out your toes. And we're going to bend the right knee first. Keep the left leg extended and drop the right hand down to the floor. If you need to, you can use a block, or you can come over and rest your hand onto the left ankle. We want to try and get the shoulder over the wrist without kind of sacrificing any length through the waist or the ribs. Take the left hand to the lower back to begin with, palm facing down, and hug the elbow in towards the spine. Inhale, pull head and heart forward, lift the chin, and then we'll exhale, begin to rotate. Stack that right shoulder over the right wrist, lift the chin to look up over that left shoulder. And if it feels good, we can also lift that left arm high. So getting a really strong stretch down that left hamstring all the way up to the glute. Try and keep those hips square, engage the inner thigh muscles so that the hips aren't wobbling, they feel super strong. Pull back through the right hip crease, even though we're bending through that right thigh, right knee. Feet are balanced, reach through that top arm. Get the rotation from the base of the ribs. Inhale, lower gaze. Exhale, soften left knee, wrap around for either elbow and have a little raggy dog here. Before we tie up on the other side, take the left hand down to the floor. We'll bend into the left knee. Take the right hand up to the lower back. Palm facing down, so as you press down to the top of the pelvis, you can squeeze that right elbow in towards the spine, and we're already getting that stretch to the top of the shoulder and through the neck. Keep that length through your waist, so think head and heart forward, and then exhale, turn to the right, hug the elbow in, look up past that right shoulder, And then if it feels good, stack the arm over the top and continue to pull that bottom shoulder forward as that top shoulder reaches back. So we get a nice straight line. Try and keep the hips square. Try not to rock into your toes or into the ball of the feet or into the heels. Feel that nice massage through the spine, the waist, ribs. Inhale, lower gaze. And exhale, lower arm. Bend both knees, lay the chest over the thighs and take another little raggy dog here. Inhale, very gently begin to rise up. Coming all the way up to your Tadasana, mountain pose at the top of your mat. Exhale when you get there, pause, bring the tailbone beneath you, fan out the hands by your sides, open the collarbones and really draw yourself downward into the earth. So imagine your fingertips pulling down, the soles of the feet, your pada bandhas are grounding you, and the heart and the crown is rising up. Inhale, nice big stretch. I'm going to let the left hand grip the right wrist. Keep the feet really strong into the mat to extend the elbows, drop the shoulders, and exhale, pull that right hand over to the left side for that side stretch again. You don't want the right shoulder to roll forward. I'm going to try and keep it pulling back. Push down to the right foot and bump out through that right hip. Inhale, bring everything back into neutral. Switch it out. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Drop the shoulders, extend to the elbows. Exhale over, press into that left foot, bump out through the left hip and take your side stretch over to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Little back bend if it feels good, and then exhale to fold down. All the way down. Inhale, we'll bend the knees, brush the mat with the fingertips as we sink the hips and find our chair pose. Can we wiggle the feet closer together here? Tuck the tailbone under, reach through the arms, and then exhale, hug the hands into your heart. And take our first twist here over to the right. Inhale, lead with the right elbow, drop the left elbow down to the thigh. We want to try and stack elbows on top of elbows and draw the hands, the thumbs towards our heart. So we want to press into the pada bandhas. And as we twist here, that left knee wants to push forward a little. Can you pull it back in line with the right? Maybe we can twist our gaze to look up over that right shoulder. Feel that stretch again. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Feel it coming around from the mid-back. Inhale, drop your gaze back down. And we'll exhale, begin to float the left foot back to the back of the mat. Stabilize. And come into our twisted high lunge. Press actively through that back heel. Try and keep the heart drawing to the thumbs drawing towards the heart. Fan out those front toes. Breathe. And then we'll inhale to rise all the way up, strong through that front leg. Keep that front knee over the front ankle as you reach up tall. Find that space through the front body. Legs are strong, sink a little deeper. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, drop the fingers down. And then we'll exhale, drop the back knee and half split, flex the front foot so the toes are pulling in towards you. Inhale, rock forward. Lift heart, lift chin. Send the shoulders down your back. And again, exhale, flex back. Pull the toes in towards you. Inhale, come forward, rocking forward on that back knee. Lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, send it back, hug the toes in. Bring the left hand inside that right foot. Keep the foot flexed, keep the hips square. Sweep that right arm high. Another twist. Pull the heart towards the top of your mat. Pull back through the hips. And can we lift our gaze to look up to that top thumb? Breathe. Inhale, lower. Bend into the front knee. And we'll tuck the back toes, lift the back kneecap, and we'll pick that front foot up. Big inhale to send it up for three-legged dog. Keep the hips square, hug in through the inner thighs. Press equally through both shoulders. Circle that top foot around the ankle. Breathe. Inhale a little higher. And then we'll exhale, we'll bring it in.
and find pigeon pose with that right knee. So dropping it behind the right wrist, send that back leg back. Inhale, arms open a little wider, press the floor away, inhale. And as we exhale, we just want to massage our way in. So open the elbows as you lower, pull the head and heart forward. And then inhale, tuck the chin and wave the spine back up away from the mat. Lift the heart, lift the chin, open collarbones. And then again, exhale, lead with the heart, splay the elbows wide, come forward and down. Inhale, rise, last one. Ripple up. And then it's time to come down. We'll move the right elbow forward, the left elbow forward. See how it feels. We can pause, we can have a little rock before coming all the way down to find the forehead. Making sure we try not to rock over onto one hip rather than the other. We're trying to stay square if we can. And if it's really tight this morning in those glutes, you can come up onto your forearms, maybe stay on elbows. But if we do, maybe encourage that stretch to keep the length through the waist. Just move your elbows a little further forward and feel that stretch coming from the mid-back. Let the head hang wherever you are. Invite space into that right hip, right thigh. Relax the left leg, soften the jaw, shoulders both equal. And just breathe into sensation on this side. Let it go. Inhale, begin to rise. So we'll pick the head back up, come back onto forearms, elbows if you're not there already. Press the floor away. And then we'll bend into that back knee a little, tuck the toes under, and just creep that knee in until you find your shoulders stack back over your wrists. You've got your power through your arms. Extend through the elbows, tuck the back toes, lift the back kneecap, take an inhale, hug the belly in. And again, exhale, we'll send it up behind us for our three-legged dog, just to unravel out from that fold. Inhale a little higher. And then exhale, we can either take a flow here, or we can stay in down dog for a little bit longer. We're coming forward. We're going to use our inhale to set up our chaturanga, whether that's a little press forward or a drop of the knee. And then exhale to bend through the elbows, lower chin and chest. And then inhale, lower hips, open the feet a little wider and find your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press the floor away for downward dog. Lower the chest, let the head hang. Inhale, soften the knees. Look forward. Both feet step up to the top of the mat. And then exhale, take a full deep dive fold. Inhale to ripple up to standing. Roll up. Little back bend if it feels good. And exhale to hinge over the hips. And fold back down, Uttanasana. Feet together here. Inhale, bend the knees, brush the mat with the fingertips as you rise up into chair pose. Exhale, hug the hands in, twist to the left. Right elbow comes across the body, set it up on this side. So you want your knees both together in line. Lift your toes and really press into those pada bandhas, that's the ball and the heel of your foot. Pull the head and heart away from the hips. Look up over that left shoulder. See how that feels. You get any more space across the mid-back. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Press down through that top hand. Shoulders away from ears, soften jaw. Inhale, lower gaze. Find a drishti. So when you feel safe, you can step the right foot back and continue in this twist, working a little stronger. If we've got our balance, maybe we can turn our gaze upwards, keep the shoulders down your back, neck is long. Get ready to rise. So we want our balance through our feet. Base stays strong. As we inhale, unravel, lift yourself up And exhale, sink a little deeper. Fan out those front toes. Feel that unraveling through the spine, through the waist. Shoulders down your back. Enjoy that stretch. Breathe. Inhale, one more. And then exhale, we're going to lower the back knee down. We're going to change it up a little on this side. Inhale, reach. And then using our core, using our balance, find a drishti, flex the front foot, extend the front knee and hinge forward, reach back with the hands forward through the heart. Inhale, lower into your low lunge, lift up high. Exhale, active half split, pull the hips back, flex the front foot, dive down. One more, inhale, to rise. Exhale, send it back. Hold here for an extra breath. As you reach up through the fingers, can you broaden the front of the chest, separate those collarbones a little bit more. Dive the heart down towards the toes. Inhale, come forward. Frame that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back kneecap, press away through the back heel, extend through that back knee. Plant the hands. Inhale, big sweep up with that left leg. Three-legged dog. Circle the foot around the ankle, press down into the right heel. Press the chest back to that standing leg, fan out those front hands. Inhale a little higher, and then exhale, bring it forward. Knee behind wrist, and press back to find pigeon on this side. Inhale, press down to rise. And exhale, straight down. Find that pigeon. Forearms first. Relax the shoulders, upper back, neck. Going deeper if and when the body allows. Enjoy that pose. Drop down a little deeper. Let the heart relax. Let both shoulders soften equally. Let the head hang heavy. Release any gripping or tension in the legs, the hips, the knees. Enjoy for one more nice big breath. And we'll gently make our way back up. Coming again onto forearms, onto hands. Press the body up and away. A little massage for the spine. Lift up on your inhale. Exhale, forward and down. Elbows wide. Inhale, press down, ripple up. And exhale, dive forward. And down. Tuck the chin to rise. Come back up. And we'll plant the hands down. Shoulder distance apart, tuck the back toes and just walk that back knee in until the shoulders come back in over the wrist. Tuck through those toes to lift that back kneecap, hug the spine, the belly to the spine. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, press the floor away. And then inhale, send it back up, three-legged dog. Drop the sternum and let the head hang heavy, circle that top foot. Extend through the elbows, and then we'll step both feet wide at the center of our mat, so the toes are turned off a little, and then we can drop down into our malasana squat, center of our mat. Use the elbows to press the knees a little wider. Send the shoulder blades down your back, and make sure we're not collapsing inward on our ankles by allowing our feet to kind of relax in too much. You want to keep our pada bandhas balanced. Inner and outer edges of feet. You should be able to lift all 10 toes and still feel that super connection down through the balls of the feet and the heels. Lengthen a little taller. Breathe. This stretch, realign and neutralize that lower back after all of your twists, all of your folds. And we'll take an inhale, lengthen. And then we'll exhale, soften the elbows and let the hips drop down onto the mat. hug the knees in, lift up through the heart, and then we'll soften down onto our backs. Give the knees a nice strong hug. Touch the nose up to the knees to begin with, and then broaden across the shoulder blades. So pull your elbows out wide, let your chest come down, back of chest come down, and then reach forward for either foot so that we can happy baby here. Pulling the knees, thighs down to the outside of the ribs, flexing through the feet, sending the collarbones a little wider to really press those shoulder blades into the mat and feel that full arch of your lumbar, massaging left to right here. Try and keep the tailbone pressing into the mat, so you're also getting that massage on the back of the pelvis, the sacrum. Breathe, lengthen neck, let your chin soften towards your throat so you've got that length through the back of the neck. And then we'll turn the feet towards each other, press the soles together, and then drop the heels in towards the pelvis and send the knees out a little wider. So it's like a butterfly pose, but on your back. Again, keep the lumbar pressing into the floor, shoulder blades relax, but we're getting that stretch through the front of the neck as the feet kind of hold the hands where they are. So you get the arms go, let that stretch really come through the front of the chest, front of the arms, inner thighs. Keep pressing the knees wide. And then we'll hug the knees back in. Give them another nice strong squeeze. Shoulders away from ears. Laying the chest, shoulders, head back down onto the mat. We'll take one hand on either knee, knees together, just gently relax the thigh muscles. And we'll just do tiny kind of micro circles with the knees. You want to feel like you're really massaging that sensitive part of your hips, your pelvis, where the spine and the pelvis meet. So that's your sacroiliac joint, right in the back of the pelvis. Can you feel where the hips meet? And then change your direction, do a couple in the opposite way. Coming back to center. Taking a full body stretch, stretch the arms overhead. Let the feet reach down your mat. Really splay out the toes, splay out the fingers. Send the shoulder blades a little lower on your back, lengthening your neck. And we can puff up into the ribs to kind of get a little bit extra arch to that lower back and that space to the upper and lower abdominals. Breathe into that space from toes to fingertips. And then gently relax the spine. Take an inhale, take the feet a little wider. Exhale, circle just the feet around the ankles, couple in one direction, couple in the other. And then we'll inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And then exhale, let the right arm go back overhead and let the left hand come down by your side. Really pull the arms apart in separate directions for that nice stretch across chest and shoulders. Inhale, rise back up to center. And exhale, take it to the other side. Right arm comes down by your side, left arm reaches up and over. Feel that opposite pull in direction through the arms, through the fingers, across the chest. Inhale, both arms rise back up over the shoulders. And then we can exhale, the palms wide by your side, palms facing up. Take a big in through the nose and sigh it out. Let all of that last bits of tension, any stale, stagnant breath in the bottom of the lungs release. Close down the eyes and really land here in your final pose, your Shavasana. Just enjoying all the benefits of that movement. Can you feel any little adjustments, any subtleties within? Really zoom in on your breath. Allow it to rise from the soles of your feet, covering, bathing your whole body in breath to the crown of the head. And then can you imagine breathing out from the crown of the head all the way back down through the body to the soles of the feet. Each inhale allowing yourself to rise up a little from your mat. Just that sensation of weightlessness as you fill with prana, fill with breath. And then taking your awareness to your back body as you exhale, and let yourself melt like water and spread as you exhale, arriving deep back into your mat, into the earth, feeling grounded, centered. Just continuing a couple more rounds in your own time. Just finding an easy, effortless breath and letting it hold you here for these last few moments before we go back into our day. Letting everything go heavy. Letting the mind stay calm and quiet for a little bit longer. And then beginning to wake yourself up. Invite movement back to your fingers, to your toes, and then to your wrists and your ankles. Rolling over onto your favourite side. And gently pressing the floor away. Feel free to stay in Shavasana, obviously, if you have a bit more time and you wanted to stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, we can come back up so we can close our practice down together. Just pausing to rebuild, to realign. Feel free to do a couple of little rib circles or shoulder rolls or little neck rolls if you need. Let the knees soften, let the hips settle down to the mat, let the rib cage come back into balance over the hips. Shoulders balanced over the ribs and neck long, head balanced in the centre. Breathing into the space you've created and then acknowledging your ritual of practice by bringing the palms up to your third eye. Being aware of your inner wisdom and then down to your heart for gratitude as we bow to ourselves, to our practice, to each other. Namaste. Enjoy your day.